Alafia, everyone. It's Ifasha Tone here with another message. So today I wanted to talk about, I guess it's always about spirituality because the world is spiritual. But what I want to talk about is following the spirit within. A bunch of people out here, we're all on social media and we all see different things and we learn things from social media. Social media is social. It's like each one reach one, each one teach one. And so at least that's the way I view social media now. Everybody may view it differently. People may view it as poison. People may view it as just pure entertainment. But I look at it as information. We all learn different things, through social media. Some people find things spiritual on social media. Yeah, so people will find out about African spirituality. People will also find out about their ancestry as well through social media. They'll find different outlets to do DNA testing or different outlets to trace back genealogy, even through physical features and just several different attributes that we all share as melanated beings. Okay, what I'm seeing is that a lot of us are figuring out that, hey, we may not have all came from Africa, or what is known today as Africa. And that causes conflict when it comes to, well, how do I assimilate in the world as a being, as a melanated being, and having pride in who I am and who my people are, because we all experience different things on the different land masses that we're on. People in Jamaica have a culture. People in Haiti have a culture. People have a culture in Nigeria. People in America as well, South America, in Mexico, everywhere. So we all have different cultures, but it all kind of mixes together because, we're melanated. That's the whole thing about, I'm black and you're black, and people don't want to be associated with black because they all have their own different culture. They all have an identity. So here in the Americas, we're figuring out our identity. So we're figuring out our identity, and it's causing conflict because of slave trade and migration, and things of that nature. So when you go deep within the study of ancestry and who you are, you'll figure out that, wow, there was pyramids here in America, or, oh, wow, we actually have an indigenous culture here in America with the Native Americans. You figure out that Native Americans were melanated. You'll see pictures and you'll see drawings on pyramid structures showing, indigenous Native Americans who look like me. You know what I'm saying? Who look melanated, And so it causes conflict because me, I'm 25 going on 26. I'm working on my 26th year. And you get told all your life, yeah, you're from Africa. You're from this place. And you figure out that, hey, they may not be all so true. And it causes conflict, especially when you come from a household that is, Abrahamic based. And then, through knowing that, the slave trade happened and, religious, because we're very spiritual beings, us as melanated beings, we're actually the most spiritual. I'm just going to say it, we are the most spiritual in the universe. The universe is connected to us. Through our skin, we interact with the sun, we interact with the moon, we interact with the plants, we interact with the water, we interact with fire, we interact with all these different things that is present here on the planet. So we go into these traditional African spirituality systems with that knowledge that, yeah, we are, or we have ties to the land called Africa. And that may be true, because if you research, I'm not here to just tell y'all, yeah, this is the facts, because y'all got to go do y'all research, yourselves, and, look up different YouTubers. Like, there's a YouTuber named Karimo. And he be talking about, the indigenous people in America. But you know that even in the olden days, we were migrating. We were traveling. We were traveling throughout the Americas. We was going through South America, Central America, from South America to Africa, from Africa to Americas. We was going into Europe, you know what I'm saying? We everywhere. We was going into China. We was going into Japan. We was everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Melanated beings are the dominant beings of the planet. Like I said, we interact with the sun. We interact with nature itself, or nature herself, So this brings me to a thing, because, we find out that the true people of this land, I'm going to bring it in. We find out that the Native Americans, when you go do research, you find out the Native Americans are the true Hebrew Israelites, or they are the Israelites. At least that is what is being taught now, because the Israelites are melanated. They are melanated and have always been melanated. And people decide, well, this is most true to where I am on the planet and what I'm used to also. It's no wonder that my parents and grandparents have always had Christianity, because it's just a form of being an Israelite. We're always known these things, which may be true, or which could be true. But I believe that true spirituality comes from within. So, and that's what really brought me closer to Ifa and closer to just spiritual practices in general, just understanding life deeper, because it's deeper than just prophecies and deeper than just prophecy. And being that is deeper than prophecy, it's how you interact with the whole world. It's how you interact with nature. The spiritual nature of the world itself. And I feel like that's truly what spirituality is, and where it comes from. It comes from what we saw day to day, what we saw night to night, what we saw, what we did, how we interacted with fire, how we interacted with water, what we created, our traditions that we passed down. How do we venerate the spirit, culture itself? See, all those things are placed in so-called religion. But religion is only just the practice of one spirituality. It's like today, we can all say that in order to get our divine messages from the Most High, we're going to go to the water and we're going to crack open a pineapple and look at the lines of the pineapple. And those lines of the pineapple going to tell us messages, because somebody had a revelation while eating pineapple, or they had a revelation from the way pineapples grow. They had a revelation from the seed of the pineapple. See, it's deep. See, spirituality is deep. It's deeper than just this practice comes from Africa, or this practice comes from this land, or this practice comes from that land. It's deeper than that. It's deeper. It's about the interaction of your placement in the universe and how you interact with the universe. So if it makes sense to you to sit down and pray every day, and that's how you manifest your life, and that's how you interact with the world, and how you interact with spirit itself, And that's how the way is open for you. See, that's truly what it's about. Does the way open for you when you do this thing? See, that's where Ogun come into play. See, Ogun is just the force of nature that opens up that way, along with Eshu. Because you can't even start the journey without the spiritual understanding to embark on the journey. And once you begin and say, this is the pathway, that's where Ogun comes in to open up the way. To innovate, to usher in, to break through the scene, to transform, to help transformation, to bring about the transformation. So that's truly what it's about, at least to me, as a young 25 working on 26. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a young man. So that's the thing. Yeah, we can find out that we, the Israelites, we can find out that we are the Native Americans. We can find out that we are from Africa, from Brazil, even from a sunken island, or an island that got blown up in the olden days. We can find out that we from Egypt or Kemet, and adopt the spiritual systems that these groups of people have. Super friend. That we have cultural identity to, that we'd have met before. See, I'm gonna go into another video about the cosmic mindset and DNA, DEA, and our placement in our ancestors, and how important it is for us to be tapped into who we are as melanated beings. Because we just get all the information. We get all the information from our ancestors and those who have lived before us. We get all the information from it. Why do you think that if you even go to places in Africa, they be having hip hop there? You know what I'm saying? They got hip hop in Africa. They got their own genre of music, but they got hip hop in Africa. They got hip hop in Jamaica. They got hip hop in Costa Rica. Cause we everywhere, just like they everywhere. We all melanated and we all connected. You feel me? So it's deeper than just, well, I don't think I'm from America, or I don't think I'm from Africa. It's deeper than, oh, I'm not from Africa, that I have ancestry here. It's deeper than that. It's how do you, as a melanated being, interact with the universe? And how do you pass that down to your children? And then your children pass that down to their children. And then their children pass it down to their children. Because that's truly what it's about. Your impact on this world through your bloodline, through your family and your friends, your family and your friends, those that's closest to you. That's the truth. Or that's a truth. How? Think about it. That's just something for y'all to think about. How? That's how these tribes even formed. That's how these spiritual systems even formed. So I just wanted to leave y'all with that little tidbit. Working with the spirit within. Go ahead. Work with that spirit. The spirit tells you things. The spirit lets you know this is right for me. I get true understanding of my placement in the universe, in the world. Super friend. Through doing these things. It doesn't have to be religious. You don't even have to follow a spiritual path that's already been made. You take tidbits of this, tidbits of that, and build it and blend it. But it's how you teach that to your children. How your children teach that to their children. How they teach that to their friends. How you teach it to your friends. Are we all on the same mindset? Are we all here? Are we all ready to take that next step and building our identity together? And just having an understanding that this is how you practice. This is how you connect to spirit. This is how you connect to the world. It doesn't matter if you need to wake people up and try to make them African, make them Israelite, make them Native American, make them Caribbean, make them anything. European. Not that. It's not about that. It's about your spiritual understanding and walking in truth of that. Ashe, Odabo.